Howdy there everybody and welcome to watch me react to the Xbox Developer Direct 2025. That was cryptic. But yeah, I'm just going to react to it. I'm excited to see more of the game from Compulsion, which name I can now remember. South of Midnight or something like that. And then I'm just excited to learn about the other games. Yeah. And hopefully have some interesting commentary. Probably not. Probably I'm just going to watch my mouth open and say nothing. Enjoy that. 4 games, I think. That's spoilers. Wow, a Ninja Gaiden game. Shall we try that again? That went fucking well. I heard there were rumors about the Ninja Gaiden game, so I'm not too surprised. I don't know. We'll learn more once they reveal it first, but I don't know if it's a remaster or a new game. That was a fun spoiler. I was kind of excited to see what is going to be like react to. I get it immediately, but yeah. Hopefully this works this time. Studios. Not all of these are owned by Xbox now. Some of are just partner. But I usually like these directs quite a lot because you get to hear from the devs and see like behind the scenes stuff. And I'm actually also quite excited to see Doom. I have actually not played the new games, the 2 new reboot games. And as a person who enjoys FPS games, I probably should try it. Developer Direct. And the Zenfall game is Expedition 33 or something like that. That's also a game I'm excited for. Whoa, what could this be? See, could it be a pirate game? Oh. Team Ninja. What games do they make? Let me think. Is it I don't actually know any games they make. Dead or Alive. That's the fighting game. Some physics, shall we say.
今日は皆様にジム忍者が長く大切にしてきたアクションシリーズの新情報を発表できる機会をいただけてとても嬉しく思います。早速ですがこちらをご覧ください。
I missed if they said it, if it's a new game or remaster. I think they said it's a new.
Several years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods, wreaked havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a sole ninja.
I didn't know Ninja Gaiden is this futuristic.
The dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain. The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos.
Let me recorrect that. I don't know anything about Ninja Gaiden. Other than it's Platinum Games. Nice. I wonder if it's then Xbox exclusive, because I don't think Platinum and Xbox are in like good terms. After I don't remember what that game was called. The one with like flying dragons. This looks dope. All I know about these games are that they are really hard. That's all. It's a lot of airtime. Ooh, I like that. Nice.
Ryu Hayabusa.
Oh, I recognize that name as well.
Whatever your clan is plotting, it ends here.
That was cool, not gonna lie.
So you've come, Raven.
And I think this is like you have levels that you go through. And I feel like there isn't enough games like that, like big third-party games like that. Most of them are just open worlds at this point.
最強の忍者となり容赦なく襲い来る敵に挑むハイスピードアクショ
New
ン
mainline entry
のナンバリング最新作として忍者ガイデン4を発表させていただきました。本作はプラチナゲームズさんとの協業で開発を進めています。プラチナゲームズさんのアクションゲームというジャンルにおける実績は言うまでもなく、
But the previous games also made in cooperation with Platinum.
忍者ガイデン4というタイトルを10年以上の時を超えて新たに皆様にお届けするにあたり、より多くの方に新鮮な気持ちでプレイしていただけるよう新たな世界を新主人公である
Set in a fresh world, yeah. These look a little bit too futuristic for me, based on what I have seen, but I might be also wrong about that.
先ほどご覧いただいた映像の中でリュウハヤブサも登場しておりましたが、彼は今回も物語に密接に関わってきます。
But I think the bits I have seen from the previous game, they also take like place in the modern world.
任務は必ず成し遂げる。邪魔をするな。
物語は黒龍がもたらした正気の雨によって荒廃した首都東京が舞台となっています。この雨は黒龍がまだ生きている証であり、雨が止まない限り
I don't know why that zoom made me feel like he's the dragon. The world is terrorized by the dark dragon and then it zooms on his face.
カラス一門に所属するヤクモが首都東京で黒龍を倒し、この世界を晴らすため戦いに身を投じます。
これまで忍者ガイデンシリーズで描かれてきたダークでハードな世界観は継承し、そこにさらに危機を感じさせる要素として呪いやより混沌とした景観のデザインを取り入れています。ステージプレイ中に街が呪いの影響を受け、ビルは崩れ、道は歪み、ヤクモをピンチに陥れることでしょう。舞台となる東京はとある出来事によって街全体が崩壊し、魔族やヤクモと敵対する勢力がひしめき合う状態になっており、
Like when there's like a lot of variated movement.
ように感じられるはずです。
This looks very fast-paced as well.
前作より立体的に自由度の増した危険に満ちたステージを
I was just playing
シリーズ同じ
what was the demo's name?
忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります。
Was it Eternal Strange or something like that? I don't remember. There was just a demo on Steam, and it had like really fast-paced combat. You moved really fast, but it was missing some features like sliding or rolling or stuff like that. And I was having fun with the gameplay, but at the same time I was like, this could be so much cooler. And now I'm watching this and thinking, yeah, this is it. What I was like imagining.
ハヤブサに次ぐ新たな町人です。彼にはまだ若さも残っていますが、カラス一門を背負う天才忍者でもあり、忍者ガイデンシリーズにおける忍者の頂点。
Also, I love it when we get to see like game art or whatever you call that.
そんなヤクモの前に立ちふさがるのは荒れ果てた東京の治安維持組織であり、黒龍の封印を
Do you know what the gameplay actually reminds me of? You have rails that you can like ride on. In the combat you jump, lock into the enemy and like bounce off them, do the attack and bounce off. It's kind of like a Sonic Frontiers, no?
新たなキャラクターやシリーズファンの方に喜んでいただける人物も登場しますので、続報にご期待ください。
It looks cool.
従来のシリーズからバトルスピードをさらに加速させ、目にも止まらぬスピードで敵との攻防を
And also coming to Game Pass, I just realized. It's cool. definitely going to give it a try.
さらにヤクモが使える新要素結節忍術ヌエの型を駆使したダイナミックな
Also,
攻撃によって
if
これまでから
there's somebody who knows it, at the previous games, do they have like a good story?
ヌエの型では
Or is it more about the
忍
gameplay?
者ガイデンにはない広範囲かつ一撃必殺の攻撃となっており多勢に無勢の状態が長く続く戦況を一気に覆すことができます。もちろん1対1の戦闘における比率付きも健在です。プレイヤー同様敵もガードや回避をしてくるため緊張感のあるフェアな戦闘を味わうことができます。敵の動きをしっかりと
Fair combat
一
scenarios.
瞬の隙を逃さずに攻撃を仕掛けていくことが重要です。
Is it fair that the boss has all the like
忍者ガイデンの
super powerful abilities
さらなる進化を感じられるかと思います。
and tons of health? Is that fair?
特にアクショ
Put
ンに
them
関しては
into the same character as
バ
I.
ランス調整など
We'll see about what is fair.
議論させていただき会社の垣根を越えた密なやり取りをさせていただいています。本作の主人公であるヤクモは竜とは一味違うアクションを有していますが、その中でもしっかりと忍者ガイデンらしさを感じていただけると思います。例えばカラス、ヌエ、2つの型があるという点がヤクモの大きな特徴ですが、それらが持つ多彩な性能のアクションを用いて敵や状況ごとに使い分ける攻略の深みや滅却、絶技などを絡めた抑揚あるスピーディーな攻防などはもちろんヤクモでも健在です。
Also, I was watching the Assassin's Creed previews today and was looking at it and thinking it was quite brutal gameplay. There was a part where you like chop like that a character's head off. I was thinking, have the video games become like more and more violent recently, or is it just me? Nothing against it, but
忍者ガイデンシリーズに色濃く残っている
just thought about like it's interesting trend
さらに我々プラチナゲームズの特徴である
that like people are liking.
取り入れ進化した正当続編を作り上げるべく総力を挙げて開発を進めております。
容赦ない敵とのいかなる攻防にもフェアに戦える手触りをヤクモでも目指しています。皆様に進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
シリーズファンはもちろんのこと忍者ガイデンを初めてプレイする方でも存分に楽しめる作品になっておりますので、ぜひ発売をお待ちください。
長年にわたってプラチナゲームズさんと共にまさに忍者のように潜んで忍者ガイデン4の開発を進めてきましたが、ついに発表することができて非常に嬉しく思います。2025年秋に本作を皆様にお届けできるのを楽しみにしています。
Well,
続報にもぜひご
2025,
期待ください。
Okay, it's coming to PlayStation 5 as well. And probably
さ
Switch
て
too.
本日お伝えしたい発表はそれだけではありません。こちらをご覧ください。
Is it a remaster? I think they released a remaster collection at some point. Okay, it's Ryu something. Unreal Engine. Am I looking at the remaster? I assume so. Well, this was quite futuristic as well. I take my words back from previously. I'm just, I don't know much about this. That looked dope. A question, why does this actually look better than the new game? Like graphically. Is it just me? It might be the YouTube video compression or something like that. Ninja Gaiden. Black?
忍者ガイデン
Oh,
2
back.
のオリジナル版は2008年に Xbox 360で発売し、バイオレンスな表現とハイスピードなバトルを皆様にお楽しみいただいた作品です。
Okay, it always has been quite futuristic.
オリジナル版の表現に立ち戻り、アンリアルエンジン5を用いてグラフィックを大幅に刷新、忍者ガイデン2の完全版として開発いたしました。
Is this coming to Game Pass as well?
いただけるのはもちろん、リュウ・ハヤブサに加え、アヤネ、モミジ、レイチェルもプレイブルキャラクターとして登場します。そして本作は本日、コンソール、PC、そして Xbox ゲームパスでこの後すぐに発売となります。
If I'm not completed, I can speak. If I'm not completed tomorrow, I have an early wake up and a long day at school. I might stream this just to give it a short look. Not going to play through the full game, other than on my own, but would be fun to take a look at it.
イヤーオブザ忍者となります。ぜひ忍者ガイデンシリーズの展開にご注目ください。本日はありがとうございました。
That was a fun surprise in the end. I like that. Okay, we have treated the game I'm most excited next. I love this music already. I so want to try this game because I'm a bit worried about the frame rate and how is it going to play.
Hi, and welcome to Compulsion Games here in Montreal, Canada. At our studio, we care about world building, and we treat the setting almost like a character of its own. From the magical noir of contrast to the alternate history of We Happy Few, we draw inspiration from the landscape to shape mood, drama, and intrigue. For South of Midnight, our third-person action-adventure game, the story and characters bring a folkloric Deep South to life. This gave us a chance to explore Southern Gothic themes with a dark fantasy twist. So while our protagonist Hazel is at the forefront of our story, it's the macabre elements and larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey and growth.
So cool. I don't know if it picked it up with me. But
Did you pack everything? Mama, this ain't my first
if I
hurricane.
whisper,
I know what
does it pick it
as
up?
long as
It
you
does.
forget
Good.
flashlight
So I
and
can keep
batteries.
whispering.
Oh, shit, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
Won't be rushed if you didn't.
Don't mumble. Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
Now, you want to bring this up right now.
I'm just saying.
Hazel, please.
We might need some help. I might need some help. While you're out helping everybody else.
Hazel!
That took a bad turn real quick.
Hazel may start her journey as a typical 19-year-old, but disastrous events will push her into
Why
a
video
dark,
game characters,
magical
or
world where
like any
she doesn't know who
characters,
she really is.
can be trauma-free
Then,
in the
how does that
beginning?
interweaving?
Why it
It's
always
her
needs to
magical
happen something
power
like
that
that?
redefines her trajectory in life.
The land itself chooses Hazel as a weaver. Someone who can see beyond the surface and tap into a deeper reality, the grand tapestry. Weavers can see the fabric binding our worlds, connecting people, nature, and echoes of the past.
Keep those hands to yourself.
Hazel can perceive both the mystical strands and stigmas in the world. Through her newfound power, she reweaves these stigmas and mends the afflicted creatures she encounters.
As Hazel discovers her power, the world gradually shifts into the surreal, revealing that creatures from the old folktales actually exist.
Yeah, I was thinking about some of the shots in the beginning that they showed looked quite normal.
Among
Then
them
it suddenly
is
turns
Little
like this.
Catfish, the storyteller who becomes both the guide and companion to Hazel across the game.
It ain't every day I hear about a new weaver such as yourself. Would you kindly do your weaver thing and help me down?
Meeting Catfish marks the true beginning of Hazel's journey. All of Hazel's arsenal and powers are designed around textile crafting and traditional spinning wheels. Her weapons include a spindle, 2 weaving hooks, and a distaff. Her magic abilities manifest
one is
with
quite lethal.
supernatural lace-like patterns, blending the traditional craft with mystical elements. Hazel engages with the world through a variety of movement abilities. Those abilities also help Hazel progress on a journey.
As her journey
I love what I'm
unfolds,
seeing.
Hazel will master new weaving abilities, using them to traverse the world, conjure objects, and confront adversaries.
Combat is about understanding and adapting to different enemy archetypes known as Aints, the manifestations of corruption Hazel encounters.
These Haints trap Hazel in combat until she unravels them, destroying them in the process.
Each Aint has its own unique moveset, strengths, and weaknesses that you'll need to learn and adapt to. For example, the slug burrows on the ground and unleashes devastating strikes from afar. While the Ravager
Sorry, I'm
blows
not
the
talking much, I'm
distance
just taking
with chilling
everything in.
Hazel can counter these threats with agile melee abilities to execute powerful combos, jump attacks, and charge attacks.
I don't have literally anything to complain. I'm liking everything I'm seeing. Other than the
Mastering your magical skills become the key to gaining the
animation
optimum
framiness.
Push, pull, and weave are some of the spells at your disposal that give you a tactical advantage during a fight. Timing is everything. Pull distant enemies close to start melee combos, push them
That's
back
dope.
to interrupt and stun their attack. Then press the advantage with follow-up strikes. Spells interact uniquely with each enemy type, creating dynamic combat scenarios, especially when facing multiple types of opponents at the same time. Once near death, enemies can be unraveled, breaking their core and setting them free of their
I don't
control,
usually like this
which
type of
has the
combat
added benefit of providing
because
boosts and reducing ability cooldowns. If you play your combos right, you can
how
enhance
do I
Hazel's
say this?
combat
What I like
mechanics
here
and
is
keep
that
on
the
changing
enemies are
their
very reactive and you have
As
like
Hazel
multiple
progresses in
ways
the
of
game,
dealing with
she
them.
unlocks new moves and improved abilities, and you'll have to decide
Maybe I'm
which
thinking
areas
more
to
of
prioritize.
RPGs, maybe there are like
Upgrades will change how you approach combat.
many
like
games like this
enhancing
with combat
area
like this,
distance attacks,
but the ones that come to my mind at the
and pull
moment are
skills to
like
improve precision
stuff that
and
you
make the
give
game
like,
more rewarding.
what do you
Combat
call it,
system is fast and responsive,
disadvantages
built around
to the
chilling attacks,
enemies
lending precise
that don't
strikes
change
and
how they
rapid
behave, but they like defense break,
You can
poisoning,
see
something like
soul,
that.
Molly, terrorized, and more. Now for the low, low price of $1.
In Hazel's search for her mother,
I like
you'll
him.
explore multiple regions, each ruled by a
That's
mythical
the
creature
type
with
of
their
character
own
I
set
like.
Gothic history. You'll gradually uncover
Half
the
insane.
backstories of these beings, once human or animal, who were transformed by tragedy, their secrets waiting to be discovered. As a weaver, Hazel heals these creatures by collecting fragments
Also,
of
let me
haunted
sneeze
memories.
real quick.
We call these echoes, which
Sorry.
reveal each creature's past. Hazel must experience these echoes before she can mend them.
Or this is a bit like in Witcher 3.
To someone.
We design each region to reflect the creature that's been doomed to wander it. From the atmospheric environment to unique music.
I love the
and colors for
environments.
each one.
I just want to
While
go
not all
explore this.
encounters lead to direct combat. Hazel will need to face mythical creatures in epic confrontation before she can.
They may have already said it, but I wonder, is it like a open area or open world, or is it more open areas or
Distinct
levels?
mechanics that center around a specific thematic. These encounters feature multiple phases that ramp up in complexity.
Also, I'm going to love this music.
Physical theme builds up, cranking the tension alongside the fight.
There seems to be a decent amount of boss fights as well.
Or hugging Molly. Each of
And these look like really
creatures
like
is
a
inspired
showpiece.
by Southern folklore and lead to climactic battles.
We got
Sort
a
of.
long journey ahead.
I just want to die to get
South
to see
of
that.
Midnight unfolds as a hero's journey, and as Hazel, you'll travel through a tapestry of Southern-inspired landscapes. From abysmal
Give me
swamps
more of this music.
to flooded
Just a
farmlands
little taste.
to the Appalachian peaks. In our magical South,
That looks
decaying
dope.
buildings reclaimed by nature stand moments away from a hungry Rugaloo. And as Hazel delves deeper, reality bends ever more toward the fantastical.
The history, landscape, and folklore of the American Deep South fill our world, and our team has infused the game with thoughtful details and environmental storytelling, like our bottle trees and haint blue porches, which are said to ward off evil spirits. The weight of the past emerges as central themes, which you can see through old abandoned buildings and businesses struggling to survive. As you explore, you'll meet locals who stayed behind even in the face of a hurricane.
So I'm the last person left here. All those damn haints. This part of the river's filthy with them.
Artistically, we're staying true to our moody compulsion signature style.
If I don't help them, at least there's nobody to hear
we're
about
using
this.
handcrafted approach inspired by stop-motion animation, which allows our team to bring a distinct personality and tone into every prop and character. Because this folklore is open to visual interpretation, we embrace the freedom to reimagine these creatures and their stories, to adapt how they look, and to craft our own version of a fantastical Deep South.
I want the art book of this, please. That's my Christmas gift wish for this year.
We love to craft around central themes. We're lucky to have talent across all our disciplines that collaborate to give Sound of Midnight such a unique personality. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into Sound of Midnight. We're thrilled to announce that the game will launch on April 8th, and pre-orders are now available on Xbox and Steam.
Nice. This is probably the game I'm the most excited at the moment. It looks dope. Excited to see more of this. I have a fear that more of that I see of this. Like, the first I saw of this, I was really excited, and I feel like it's going to be like going down bit by bit.
Bonjour everyone.
I don't know why, but that's just a feeling I have.
And welcome to our manor. We are a small studio based in Montpellier, France, working on our first game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's a turn-based RPG set in a fantasy version of late 19th century Belle Epoque France.
Here we are.
I wonder how much of this, when they say we are a small team, how much of this stuff is outsourced and how much is done by them. Because if it's all done by them, it's quite impressive.
But that fully leverage the latest tech, refresh the genre with new features, and took place in a compelling world. I knew I needed help to realize my dream. First, I turned to a programmer I knew would get it.
Guillaume and I started trading ideas right away, and that quickly turned into trading files back and forth. Soon, I was creating the first prototypes of the reactive turn-based system, combining real-time offense and defense element, and a cinematic battle camera system. Things really clicked when we tested the first version of those features. We felt we had something both challenging and fun.
As Tom and I went back and forth and iterated on game elements, a vision started to come together, and I shared it with an old friend from university.
This is cool how they introduce them.
And when he describes the project,
but also if they go through too many people and leave out somebody, I would feel bad as the person who was left out.
Strong creative vision. And we had that defined by 3 core elements.
Also made in Unreal Engine.
Great emotional depth. Gameplay that innovates on the classics we love. And a world that is completely original, beautiful.
This world looks crazy.
We founded Central Interactive on these tenets. A group of friends with a shared vision and the drive to make something great.
This too is your legacy.
Core to every great RPG is a compelling story. And Guillaume and I spent 4 years intensively developing and refining ours. And that started with the hook. 67 years ago, a massive slumbering paintress and a monolith appeared with no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith, and everyone who has passed that age is erased. Every year that number ticks down, and everyone dies younger and younger. Expeditions depart to kill the paintress, determined to fight until their final breath, but none have ever returned.
So it's slowly killing everybody.
Expedition 33.
Expeditioners.
What if I lie about my age? On the forum.
We knew early on that we didn't want to focus on good versus evil. What's interesting to us are people who, yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what needs to be done.
I'm sorry about earlier.
We wanted our story to feel dark and mature, with adult characters who feel like real people with real experiences.
I'm always missing something that everyone else just gets.
And then I don't know why, but these characters feels like likable immediately.
while struggling with loss and
A very
grief,
expressive.
and
You can see
hearing
like
the characters' relationships, both to each other and to themselves.
how you said, like the emotions really well from their faces.
What are we gonna do?
In a world like this, how does one stay hopeful or make peace with their fate? What duty do we owe to each other or to ourselves? These questions are deeply personal to me, and they permeate the story behind the story.
Know that Lumiere fights with you. Tomorrow comes Expedition 33.
The characters all have their own motivations and perspectives. Gustave and Lune are deeply invested in the expedition, even if they fight all the time. To them, the mission is tied not only to their family, it's central to their identity and purpose.
Protocol doesn't cover every contingency. You know that.
Contrast that with Ciel, whose darkest days have already happened.
What are the stars whispering to you? Actually, I'm the one whispering to them. It's something my dad and I used to do.
And Maëlle, who cares more about really living her life, not just living longer.
Gustav, are you real?
It's not all dark.
No, it's just a game.
Along the way, they meet various
None of you is real.
enemies and recruit Monoko, who is a friendly but kinda bloodthirsty philosopher and a fully playable character. He has a really cool battle mechanic where he can turn into the enemies he defeats.
What are you doing?
Just need the foot. Aha!
Oh my god.
He's very, very old and has seen many expeditions come and go. He is a Jest Troll, which are a group of playful beings who view battle as a form of meditation. They're fun and sort of ridiculous.
I feel like I have never liked the character
and many other Jest
that
Trolls
fast.
across the game. And of course,
Okay, I will
there's
play the
Estia,
game just for
one
him.
of the oldest and lore-wise the most powerful creatures in the
I like, you don't need to sell it more. That's it.
He will be your mount and help you travel to secret
Look
corners
at this
of the
map.
world.
Look at
Giving
him.
him back his special stones, you can unlock abilities for him to access new areas of the world and find exciting secrets.
I'm strong, but I'm not that strong.
Everyone has their own reason for joining the expedition, and each of them has their own story arc and resolution that we think players will really connect with.
I'm sold. What I said in the beginning, screw that.
To a strong narrative,
This was the best showing of this game so far.
Core gameplay. Our reactive turn-based system takes the traditional turn-based battle mechanic we love and adds real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism. During enemy turns, you can negate all damage by dodging or parrying at the right time.
I'm bad at timing.
Balancing turn-based with real-time mechanics to
I have been playing the Super Mario RPG where you also have to time your attacks and defense. I'm terrible at it.
Some of us are still traumatized by enemies from back then. We've done a lot of rebalancing since, and with a lot of iteration, we ultimately came up with a formula that we're proud of. Players who are good at real-time can take more risks, and others can counterbalance with items and strategies. A big part of that formula lies in the many ways you can customize your character.
Look at these environments. Is there also like a...
unique mechanics and their custom skill trees. Our philosophy
There's the world where you move
every
as the
single playstyle viable so that
big
everyone
character.
can have fun with how they play the game.
But is there also
character
a
has
level
unique
where you get to move? Well,
Play
obviously
switches
there is.
between
What I'm
stances
talking
which
about.
can ultimately boost defense or power.
Never mind me, I'm
like to make Mal the protector
it's
of
late.
the group, but I'm pretty much the only one at the studio who plays her that way. Most people play her as a glass cannon with Gustav's complementary skills. The characters can also equip hundreds of passive effects, which in our game are called Lumina. Every character has more than 20 unique skills in their skill tree.
You
and
expect
hundreds
me
of
to read
passive
all of that?
effects they can gain through Lumina and weapons.
I'm just
So
going
there
to
are a ton of
pick
builds and
abilities,
playstyles to explore.
never touch them as long as I do well, and when I start to lose I go back there and start to look for gradations.
We probably never even imagined.
I think I played Witcher 3 without upgrading Geralt at all, like halfway through. I didn't even... I forgot there was a skill tree.
Fantasy world, and I was really excited to design something unique. Every level has its own color and texture identity. For example, the Gestural Village is an early area in the game where players can enjoy a fun break. We wanted something that feels chaotic, grungy, and toy-like. It's basically a bazaar. Everything's disorganized, chaos everywhere, huts are unsafe, built without much thought. It's a place where anyone could fight you at any point, which is pretty much what the Gestrals are like. The Gestral Village is hidden inside the ancient sanctuary. The ideas here were forest, labyrinth, and sentinels. I designed it as a vibrant place, like an old graveyard of Gestrals, or forgotten wooden toys in a box, with two main colors, red and white. I wanted to make it feel cozy, hidden from danger, with traps and labyrinths in case enemies get in. Same process
I'm
with the
sold.
characters.
I have nothing else to say.
Concept. I thought of a monkey-like body, white fur with a black and red flat mask.
Ladies, could I?
Ow!
Definitely a Destro.
For SK, we needed a cuddly companion to take us around the world. I thought instantly of a giant inflatable balloon, an old Victorian.
Oh wait, those are two different characters.
Motifs.
Fuck.
We
Never
start
mind me.
with the core themes and ideas, and the visuals grow organically from there.
From the very start of the project, there was one thing that we absolutely wanted to bring back from older JRPGs. A feature we really loved, but is very rare these days. A completely 3D and navigable world map. Yes, we've got a world map. And it was a real challenge to create, both artistically and technically. And it ended up a lot bigger than we expected. You'll definitely need SK's help traveling around.
Just the Eiffel Tower.
The result, though, as there's a lot of side paths and entire hidden
Also,
levels.
good headphones.
If you want to fight the toughest bosses of the game, you will have to explore. Good luck.
We've poured our hearts and souls into this game for the past 4 years. That's why...
What I also say about it is that the skills I have seen so far, they are very, like, informative.
On Xbox Series X and S, and is
Sometimes I get lost with terms that I need to, like, go look from menus what they mean. And I never do, I just ignore them.
We are a small, passionate team, it's our debut game, and we can't wait for you to discover our story, our world, and our take on the turn-based genre. On behalf of everyone at Sunfall, thank you for joining us. Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
The release date? April 10th. What the heck? What was the other game coming in April? South of Midnight as well. Damn. April is going to be busy. When was the Switch 2 reveal event? Was it also April?
Hello.
Oh, I thought there was actually somebody inside it.
Home of id Software, where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever. And the most important values at the core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on its tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
So now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom the Dark.
Show me the gameplay.
That was so stupid I mouthed the words.
I also like that they leave those in.
In Doom the Dark Ages, you will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell. Set in a
My eyes are always just going through the backgrounds, what I can see.
Powerful weapons to unlock and enemies to conquer.
Is there any cool
This is a
art?
prequel to Doom 2016.
or something like that.
Us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this experience. So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom: The Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point.
That was a dope bit.
And if you're a longtime fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat.
There's a Pokemon in there.
You felt like a fighter jet. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank. Heavy, strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal.
Yeah, I heard there was some complaints about that.
Between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim.
What is happening in the background?
Just like in the classic Doom games. But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom: The Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw. Block.
Captain America, baby.
Parry. Deflect. All
That's
from
dope.
one input. It's contextual. Tons of depth on a single button press. You know, we want
Also, the school eating gun is
on its own as a unique experience.
amazing.
So in 2016,
I want to
they asked
try
you
it.
run and gun. In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And in Doom: The Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight.
It's cool that they make the games like varied like that.
And the Shield Saw will give you the strength to go head to head with
Intentionally or not, because the, like I said, Eternal got some flack about the movement.
But that's not all. Because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron flail? Or maybe an electrified gauntlet? Or even a Doom spiked mace? That's right, we have 3 melee options that are part of a melee system. All on one input, complete with combos and upgrades. And it's totally awesome. And you can finish off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From any angle, in and out, as you see fit. And it feels amazing. You'll feel unstoppable.
What does that
smashing your
mean?
way through the horde with total freedom. And that seems like a ton, but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked about yet. The trigger. That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns, and Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created. Mean. Ancient. Brutal torture.
It's kind of interesting, like trying to pack a lot of stuff into like a smaller amount of inputs. Kind of need to test it to feel if it's better, but I feel like it is. It's more about like thinking about how to use the action rather than thinking about what button to press, maybe.
Enemies and the environments to form the new combat loop for Doom: The Dark Ages.
Also, one thing I don't know about these games, do they have a story at all? Or is it all about the gameplay? And please, a wish for this game, especially, have mouse and keyboard support on the consoles, please. Please, please, please. Those dudes were just standing there, watching their friends die. Well, Billy, now it's our time to go.
And under the hood, for the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the
That's
speed
cool.
and challenge of the game to whatever fits them best. You can slow things down or speed them up. It's a Doom for all slayers.
And the
Yeah, that's a
gameplay doesn't
big
end
thing
with
that
just
is being taught to us, that to make the game
finally have for you.
like fun to everybody. Look into the accessibility options. And it feels like, if I'm making my own game, it feels like irrelevant, because it's such a small portion of people who are even going to buy that, but when the games are this big, it really matters.
The spectacle is epic. The Power Fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in, and the combat systems behind these features are deep.
That kind of reminds me of like the slow movement, and the massive guns reminds me of the Divine Beasts
So we're excited to share
in Hyrule Warriors.
the gunplay, but the world of Doom: The Dark Ages. Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons,
Wait, this is canon?
battlefields, and worlds beyond. And through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities.
Is this the same Earth that is in the like previous games?
Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut
Like this world somehow turns into that world.
and smash your way through environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the medieval battlefield outside the castle walls.
A question, does the Doom guy care about the like people at all?
To engage with as you see fit. With any gun you choose.
Like was it from Eternal or something? I have seen a clip where he doesn't care what everybody's talking to him, he's just walking straight to the fight and going to fight.
And dungeon-like mines in search of vital resources.
Is he just enjoying the fights?
You control the pace of the game. Where you go,
Although Shiat can be used for so many cool puzzles. That's such a cool mechanic.
it's a Doom sandbox full of war and riches. Once you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates, because the battle isn't over yet.
Oh damn. Yeah, I can kill that. Sure. Not even going to get a sweat.
Finishing move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete. And speaking of that legend, the story of Doom: The Dark Ages, like everything else in the game, is big. It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line, and you are the star of the show. Your power is coveted.
Like, is this a story I will care about?
From your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of
Or is it just something I want to like skip through and just get to the action?
is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players, it leads directly into the Doom 20
Saying it's like completely new and then old allies.
worthy of the Slayer's legend.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've done better with every game we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players an
I
experience
wonder those two
that's as
behind
fun
them
to
what they are
play
talking
as it
about.
was to make, and make something that's good enough to become the best game id has ever made.
But that is for you to decide. When Doom: The Dark Ages releases,
January, February, March, April, May. It's going to be so packed. The heck? You would think they would like spread out them a little bit more. But I'm not complaining.
I cannot move.
This is so like
You will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell.
All of Hazel's powers are designed around textile crafting.
I think that was all of it. I can
The
just
combat system is built around chaining attacks and unraveling enemies.
put it a little bit lower and have some final thoughts. I really enjoyed them. I'm legit. I just want to play all of those games, and because I have Game Pass, I don't even need to worry about that. I can just do that. I'm just excited. It's finally cool that Game Pass. It has been getting cool games, but it's getting like cool new big games. I'm just excited to try all of these, and all of these are so varied as well, and unique in their own ways. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just excited, and also praise should be given how they like make these presentations. These are so much fun to watch. Yeah, enjoyed that. If you couldn't tell, just going to pause it. There's nothing after that. Oh, yes. Yeah. What did you think? What was your highlight of the show? For me, I can't decide between these two. I'm so excited for both of them. It's a little bit annoying. I assume South of Midnight is going to be like not the longest game in the world, and then I assume Expedition 33 is going to be a little bit longer. So it's a bit annoying. Wait, no, forget that. I thought they were in the other order, that Expedition 33 would come first, but they made. Yeah, this makes more sense. So you have a couple of weeks to play through that, and then you can go into Expedition 33. Yeah. Like I said, nothing to complain. Everything is good in the world. What did you like? Was there something you didn't like? I'm excited to hear. Yeah. Fun way to kick the year off with games. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Hopefully, I see you here next time. Goodbye.